So I do want to go over this a little bit. You have the answer key to the quiz. Um, I just want you to be able to type this in. I mean, if you were to do this problem, if you look at the quiz 1b, this is the integral for the volume around the y-axis. So if I'm going to do this without a calculator, the square root of y over 2 squared is y over 2, and the integral of that would be 1/4 y squared from 0 to 8. Okay, and then 8 squared is 64, 1/4 of 64 is 16 minus 0, and then don't forget the pi. That's where you get the answer of 16 pi. Okay, here we typed that out. I would type that out too. The second problem, again, that's your answer. But if I were to do this without a calculator, it would be pi times the integral from 0 to 4. 2 radical x squared is 4x minus 1/16 x to the 4th. And then if I antiderive that, integral that, it's 2x squared minus 1 over 80 x to the 5th from 0 to 4. And then if you put that into the calculator, you would get 19.2, and then don't forget the pi. Okay? I did do the work for area, even though I didn't ask for the area, I just did it because I just want to see you see it. This problem, it would definitely be a calculator problem. And again, you're adding 4 to both because you're rotating it around the line y equals -4. The second page, again, I did the work for you for 3a for area. I just want you to be able to integrate. I mean, that's just something that you'll have to do in a college course. So, just looking at that, you should be able to get the answer that was given. The second question, that would be something for the calculator. I didn't ask for you to find it, but if you do type it in your calculator, again, that's a good skill to practice. Math 9, it should appear, -2 to 3. Put the first parenthesis in, 3x plus 7 squared minus parenthesis x squared plus 2x plus 1 squared dx. Type that out and you get 250, but then don't forget the pi. I always tell students, don't put the pi in until the end. Okay? And the second question, you're rotating it around y equals 20, so it's the number minus the parabola squared minus the number minus the line squared. And that was a tricky one. This says x squared plus 2x plus 1. And then the fourth question, again, I would expect that you could type this into your calculator and get an answer. Some people had it backwards, but remember the solid was here, and it's from 0 to 2 ln 2. The outer is 2. The inner is e to the 1/2 x. And the second one, that would be something I would use my calculator for. But remember, with the calculator here, you're going to go from 1 to 2, right? No problem there. But then it's 2 ln x, okay, squared. So maybe put the 2 ln x squared dx. Even though you mean y, you can type it in as x. And that's where you get the answer. And then don't forget the pi. So the answer here would be 0.753 pi. Okay? I just want you to be able to type those things in. And I did the problem for letter C, and a lot of people had it backwards. A lot of people had 2 minus 4ln2. You just had it backwards. I do want to do a couple more. I know this is 2 assignments in one, but I just figured just make it one attachment. But I did want to do a couple more UDUs for you. Again, on page 381, 382, I asked for any 10 for Monday beyond number 9. I just want you to be comfortable with this. Just to show you a couple, look at number 15. I want to show you this one because this is the kind of stuff I do want you to see. Okay? Looks kind of harmless. My u is going to be the denominator because my numerator has the dx in it. And I only have a dx in the integral, so dx equals negative 1/3 du. Resubstitute negative 1/3 du over u, pull the constant out. This is what you're trying to get right here. Because the integral of du over u is the natural log of the absolute value of u plus c. Because the derivative of the ln of u is 1 over u du. So if you get this integral, then that's where the answer comes about. Negative 1/3 times the ln of the absolute value of 5 minus 3x plus c. Okay? The reason why it has to be absolute valued is because the natural log, the domain is the positive reals. So anything in here has to be positive. So that's number 15. Okay? And I'll just do maybe one more for you just to give you a hand. If you have any questions, maybe try to chat with me on Monday, to get this before you get the assignment done. If you want to do one, just to pick one more out, maybe a trig one here. This was number 25. Again, the hardest part is being able to identify the u. I just need to know in my head that in this case the u is the cotan because I know the derivative of cotan is cosecant squared. The difficulty in the course is if you don't remember the trig derivatives, these problems just get really hard. And that's just something you'll have to come to grips with if you take this course in a college situation. So I identify what this is, and I get the square root of u du and put the negative outside. It's a constant. Remember, radical u is u to the 1/2 power, so the integral is 2/3 u to the 3/2 plus c. Because it's u to the 3/2 divided by 3/2, which is 2/3. And then just replace the u, and that's where you get the answer. This type of math a professor might call a dummy substitution. And it's not funny. A dummy, the concept of a dummy variable in math is, you're allowing another variable equal to something that you work with in an easier way, and then replacing the dummy variable with what you started with, that's where you get the answer. So don't be surprised if you hear that phrase in a college course. So again, those are a couple more for you, and I figured that'll help you out with the homework for the weekend. All right, take care.